Coach Houston got emotional yesterday talking about Holton and senior day. I don't know if you'll get emotional, but how do you kind of put into words what he's done here?
Yeah, I'm not sure I can, and try not to think about it that way because we got a lot of football left. It's not the last game. I would think at least 2 games. You would think there, but it will be emotional for me because we've been through a lot together, and we go way back even before that. Because I was here when we first started recruiting him. I was a recruiting coordinator then, and so he's been special. I know that he's got a lot of people that love him, and he's somebody. So you're nobody till you got some haters. That's one thing I know. I don't know anybody that's somebody big time that doesn't have some haters. So he's got some haters, like that too, which goes with it, and that probably actually draws you a little closer to him. But nobody has done more for this program, as a player, and there have been some pretty darn good ones now than Holt Naylor's. He's going to always be remembered pretty special. I've been very fortunate. I was here for 11 years and had a ton of great ones that were great people too. I refer to, my happy place, Zay Jones and Hardy and Andre Allison and Dwayne Harris, and just on and on. Bryce Williams. I just been so lucky, been so blessed to be around so many of those great ones. And he is right there, if not at the top of the list. He's right there at it then. Just because of his toughness and just everything he's done and the sacrifice that he's made. It's just incredible. I don't know if there'll be another one like him for a long time.
Could you imagine ECU without, when you came back, if he had left, being here without him?
Well, I've never thought of it like that. It was kind of neat. Like I say, he was the very first person I saw when I got here. He met me at the door. We got in here late that night. And it was kind of a bang, bang thing because we had a game the Saturday. We were in the playoffs, and, Coach took the job, and we jumped in a car 2 days later and got here. And it was dark like now, because of the time. And he was standing there waiting on me, and I remember kind of being touched by that at that time and being excited about it. And, like I say, it's you're going to get me going here in a minute. And I'm going to get emotional now because I don't want to be that way right now. But I guess it's just more special because I'm tell you what now, we were bad. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all think we're bad now, I guess, but you don't remember what we were then when we and he was taking the brunt of all that now. I mean, he really has. So we would not have. It's not been as fast because it's never as fast as anybody wants it to be because everybody just wants it to be like wave a magic wand and now we've won every game. Everybody can't win every game. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we wouldn't be nearly as far along without him. I don't know what we'd have done because he's carried us in a lot of ways. We got a lot of other guys doing a great job too. Obviously, I don't want to make it all about him, but he's surely been a big part of it.
As someone that has spent so much time with this program and so much time with the players that are the senior class, is this game, this last home game for them, something that you want as a coach just a little bit more? I
want to win. Yeah. I'm so old now that, another win for me means nothing. I got a conference championship. I got a national championship, and a runner-up in the national championship. So, all that doesn't – I always think about the players, those seniors like that, how bad you want them to leave here with that great memory. And then I think about all the students. The East Carolina students are special. You're in this state, you got a battle going on, with the other schools and the other league, and kind of being the other person, you know what I'm saying? So I always just think about how great it is after we win. I think, well, I bet downtown's having fun tonight. I bet those guys, I am so happy for them to get to do that. And then we have some unbelievably good support. 95% of the Pirates are the best out there in the business. Everybody's got their 5%. You know what I'm saying? That, you'd like to trade them. But we just got so many people that it just means so much to. And it just, so, when we leave the field and we win, I always look up there and kind of think about, I'm happy for those people. You know what I'm saying? I got to go back to work. You know what I'm saying? I got a few hours to go enjoy it, and I got to be back in here and be on the next one, so I don't get to enjoy it too much. In the off season, how your year goes kind of controls your year. That's the sad part about this job, is that how we do in the fall determines my entire year. You know what I'm saying? Even July 4th, that it still determines, you know, how we did that last year. And you're thinking about the next year, but this senior class has been unbelievable, because a lot of them, you know, at that first year, I wasn't sure they were coming back. You know, they were about to toss it in now when we got here. They really were. And now I think they're going to be great alums. I'm telling you, they're going to be back. They're going to be back. They're going to be helping recruit. They're going to be supporting this university. And a lot of them are going to do really well in a lot of ways.
We talked to a few yesterday, and they kind of relayed that the fun was kind of back in the game. Going back to last Friday, your offense fought hard. You guys didn't pull out the win, but how proud are you kind of going back to Holton and cycling through the whole team of resilience?
I think the kids are having fun. Football, it's supposed to be fun. It's gotten a little out of control. You know, the game now, like I say, is, you know, it's all about winning, you know, and the winning's important. We know that. You know, we know it's a win game. But it was supposed to be fun. It was fun at one time. I think they're having fun. You know, they bounce back quicker than the coaches do, I think, anyhow, you know. But I think they are having fun. I think they're starting to realize that, you know, they're never going to be with this group again. Even the younger guys start to realize, you know, the life expectancy of every team is 1 year. So it's going to change. It's never going to be the same again. And so I think they're all enjoying this last little bit together. We had a good win streak going. We were not fortunate enough to win the other night. I think all the people there involved in the program think, though, but we could have won that game at Cincinnati, who now is a top 25 team, 32 wins in a row at home. And the last time we were in that stadium, it wasn't even close. I mean, we had scared them to death, I guess, the year before here, and they beat us on a field goal at the end, like, what was it, 46-43 or something. And we went up there, and they had that game marked. They were like, that's not happening again. That freshman receiver's not doing that again. You know, I know Coach Fickle and them had brought that up every day in the off season, and they spanked us pretty good. You know, and just said, okay, just in case y'all thought y'all were as good as we were, you're not. But this time we went up there, and our kids thought we were going to win. I really thought we were going to win, and there's a couple of things could have went a different way. We still would have won that game. So that's the disappointing part on one hand, but now we know we can compete with the best teams out there, I think. And I think the winning comes from that a little bit. So we really were right now just wanting to win this week. We're trying not to even think about, you know, everybody's talking about win 2, then you got a chance to win 9, and, you know, we're just really trying to think about, let's just go play this week, play our best. If we play our best, we'll look up, try not to look at the scoreboard and then a game. I bet we're singing a fight song if we play good.
Houston has played in, like you guys, a lot of very close games. What have you seen from their defense, especially in those moments that matter most lately?
Yeah, they've had a year, you know, a lot like ours. I mean, they've had 3 overtime games. They were like 3 of the first 4. They've played a good schedule, which I think we have too. I have a lot of respect for the teams that we've played. We haven't really played any bad teams. You know, I know everybody thinks Navy's bad. Notre Dame doesn't think they're bad right now. You know, after that, they came back in the second half. They're saying thank you. You know, that we won that game. Okay, so that's the team down there low. Everybody thinking they're bad. They're pretty good. So our league's good. I don't know if it gets enough respect around the country or not, as good as it is. But they've had just some bad things happen to them as well. Now they've won like 4 of the last 5, so they're kind of on a win streak a little bit. They had the little bit of a deal against SMU. I don't know what happened there, but defensively, they're a lot better. This will sound like coach speak, but they're a lot better than their statistics are. I mean, they've got good players. They've had injuries throughout the year, off and on, and so it's just hurt them with their continuity. I think, you know, Blake could tell you better than this. I think they've turned it over like 17, 18 times, like compared to us 7. So that doesn't help your defense much. You know what I'm saying? You short fields, turn it over, stuff like that. It's scary. We've sat in there and said, yeah, God, you think like they're giving up this many points the last couple of games, and you think, well, I don't see it on film though. I see number 44 just knocking people back and going around people. I see a lot of their guys. So they still got good players, and they got a lot of pride. And I know they're right at that point, 6-4. They're thinking, well, if we just go finish and play as good as we can play, we're still going to have a really good year too. So again, it's a Big 12 program. They've been selling the Big 12. They've been recruiting at Big 12 level. They got the finances of the Big 12. You know, they're getting the transfers like the Big 12. So, for the last couple of years. So they've got good players, and we respect them a lot.
You guys preserved the red shirt of Mason Garcia. How important was that? And then what's the discussion like? Because you guys have Holton, you want to win games, but is there any, do you want to get Mason any reps if possible?
Yeah, I'm pleased that we were able to do that because that's what he wanted. As a coach, you just like to play them all the time or whatever, but this is what he asked for, and you can't always do that because it's got to be the team first, and then it's got to be the player second. And he understood that. We were able to do that, and so now he's got all 3 games he can play in, and if the plan goes as I'm planning it, and Coach Houston's planning it, he will play in all 3 of those games. In some way, we're going to find a way to get him some playing time.
Coach, you touched on, maybe before and the start of the Holton era here.
Yeah.
What is kind of what you'll remember most about working with him off the field and behind the scenes and all that stuff, working with him day to day?
I just think he's just such a great young man, and he's got so many good qualities about him. He's going to be so successful in other things besides football, and just he's fun to be around. He's quirky, what I'm saying? I kind of make fun of him a lot. I'm sure he makes a lot of fun of me. I know they do. But he's just funny to be around, but in a real innocent kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to love the kid. I mean, I see him out here. He's out here taking pictures with everybody in his family, to everybody his family's ever met, to any fan. I mean, he's Mr. ECU, East Carolina. And I love the university. I wouldn't have come back. I wouldn't have been here as long as I did. I wasn't fortunate enough to go to school here. I kind of say sometimes, though I love the school I went to, whatever. But I really feel like I am a Pirate because I've been here so long. And but he's Mr. ECU Pirate now, and it's just fun. I'll miss the meetings when we're in there, just saying things and talking, and just some of the funny moments when he does some things, and I just go like, "You're goofy," and he's been really funny this year. It seems like. So I've kind of I keep busting him about, okay, ever since you met, Peyton Manning, now you got a sense of humor. Now you're actually getting funny. You're making stuff. I'm actually laughing at you now. So they have the same forehead, I think. So we always say that about him. It's kind of rubbed off on him, and he can bust me back about that kind of stuff too. So it's a good deal. But that's why you stay in this business this long, is because you'll miss the kids. I'll miss the kids. That's why I don't know if I'll ever want to quit or not.